Hey everybody, today is Wednesday, July 15th, 2026, and today is day 18 of my Garden Everyday challenge. Today I'm in the front yard, and today we are putting in New York Ironweed. I'm not super familiar with this particular species. From my understanding, it gets about 7 feet tall. It spreads by rhizomes. It likes sun. It likes moisture. And it's got this really cool purple flower on it right now, which I like. And before I put that in the ground, I do have a fake question of the day. Today's fake question of the day is, what's the best beverage for gardening? Um, in my opinion, if you're a planner, for me it's Diet Coke or Gatorade. But since I'm not a planner, garden hose water. And if it is like a nice evening, sun's going down, bourbon. I thought I'd do a little fake question of the day video on my videos as a little segment. So actually, while I'm in the front yard, let me spin this camera around so I can kind of show you what's going on up here. So this is the front part of the house. That's the ironweed there. I'll be putting it in approximately right there. Even though, again, we haven't gotten a whole lot of rain this year, I do have hydrangeas up here that really, there's 4. Although they haven't bloomed, they haven't wilted either. So I'm thinking there is enough moisture up here for an ironweed. They're supposed to get a little height to them, so it'll bring some height to this area here. Right now I just have a rhododendron, some azaleas, like a banana something, Elysium. I think it's in a little too much sun. But also, that is my pile of Bradford pear wood that I have cut up and has now fallen over. I'll be stacking that up at some point. This is just a pile of stuff that wouldn't stack or branched out weird. This is one that I've taken most of the small limbs off of it. I just have to take the main part down. So yeah, this is let's see, where's my finger? Oh, there we go. There's the first one here. The second one is over here. And then the third one is this one here. And I have, actually, it's got a branch that just fell from the rain the other night. So I have to get a chainsaw and take it over to that one. And this here is, that there is a oak leaf hydrangea that's probably in a little too much sun. This was a nice shady spot when the Bradfords were full before I butchered them. And it was really happy over there, but now it's in a little too much sun. But as soon as I take these down, I plan on putting some other things over here, and eventually we'll help shade that back up. All right, so that's kind of a tour. We'll do like a little panoramic of, so this one right in front of us here is it's a white oak. That's a little water oak over there. And those are some other trees that kind of clearly were here when we got the property. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing in the ground. Yesterday, I kind of came to the epiphany that this is kind of a vlog, so maybe I'll put some music in the background now. I'll say the word whimsical, like this is very whimsical. They have very whimsical flowers. Yeah, maybe I'll say whimsical, since this is a vlog. The ironweed has very whimsical purple flowers. It attracts pollinators, again, which is something I'm very interested in. This is really the first kind of, I would say, kind of true native, well, I won't say true native pollinator that I've put in the front part of the house. The front part of the house I'm kind of using as just like your standard plants that you would see in front of a house, like again your azaleas, your hydrangeas, your rhododendrons. I want to put some sunshine ligustrums up here because they get nice and big and yellow to add a little contrast in here. Loropetalums I have in the right behind us over there. So I do have some maypop up here. I do have blueberries that are not doing well. For whatever reason, I can't get blueberries to grow at all around me. Not in any way that I'm would be happy with and proud of. So I do have this right here is buttonbush. I have one on both sides. It seems to be doing okay here. This is another plant that likes moisture, and this is again why I'm putting this ironweed over here, is because it's right off the drip line of the house. You know, I have the front area mulched up nicely, fairly nicely, because the Bradford's right behind me here is what I've chipped up, and you know, just go ahead and dump it right here. So especially this side over here closest to the Bradfords is the most mulched up, which is I think why, again, you know, even though this hydrangea here hasn't bloomed, I haven't had to drag a water hose out here every day to water it. This is the second or third year it's in the ground. Although I will say this, if these things don't bloom this year, I'm snatching them out of the ground, because yeah, I want the front part of the house that's, you know, where you can see it from the road, to have nice big flowers, that type of stuff, something that's showy. The backyard's for me with the pollinators, and you know, it's pretty, but it doesn't have to be as pretty. Again, I like mountain mints. They attract the pollinators. That's cool to me. I don't necessarily have to have, you know, the big fluorescence of a hydrangea. Anyway, I'm yapping too much here. I'm sure my phone has probably already quit on me, although I do have it in the shade. And yeah, I think the ironweed will do fine right here. I'll grab some water and water this in, just depending on how much moisture I see under here whenever I dig into here. Oh, okay. Well, see, all right. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's wet right here, but it stops right here, because this is a corner where this is why I have stones right here. The water comes pouring off the house like a waterfall. So I have these stones here to kind of break it up and disperse so that the water just doesn't dig a hole right here. But that's weird. It stops. Huh. All right. The soil up here is kind of, it's not very dry, but it's not soaking wet. But up here looks, the moisture is actually pretty good up here. Maybe this will do pretty good. All right, we got we're healthy on the roots here. That's good. Put you in the ground and let you spread and take off. And the moisture up here is actually pretty decent. I'm still going to get a 5-gallon bucket and do my little watering method up here. All right, I'll get a water container. Yeah, there's a reason I don't plant a whole lot of stuff up here. It's because the water hose doesn't reach all the way over here. Although I could buy another water hose. Yeah, I'm not going to do that quite yet. I got to wait for once the house is done. There's actually a little spigot right here. There's a spigot on that side, so I won't have to run a water hose everywhere. I'll just have a little water hose right here, and it'll be good. Or maybe by then I'll actually have everything in here and everything I want in here and established, and not have to worry about that either. All right, I'm about to water in this New York Ironweed. Again, I really like the, oh yeah, this is a vlog. I have to say Whimsical on the vlog. So it has these whimsical little purple flowers that I enjoy quite a bit. They're magical and beautiful, and that's why I'm planting them in the ground. I'm super happy to have them. So we'll get this started. And that should, yeah, it's going really well. Maybe the hydrangea will like it too. The hydrangea is getting a little crispy over here, but it's not wilting. So again, that kind of tells me that there is enough moisture to sustain plants that require moisture. I have some hostas back here, elephant ear here. Although it's weird, strangely enough, the rhododendron right there is not happy. I really like rhododendrons, but I don't like the fact that one's not happy. And I've seen a lot and read about buttonbush flowers, how they're like, just like a ball, like a globe, and they attract pollinators, and they're just alien looking. This is the second year in the ground for this, so I can't wait to see what this looks like. All right, that's it. day 18 of my gardening everyday challenge vlog, whatever you want to call it, in the books. Today was New York Ironweed, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 19. Okay, bye.